Last hour, we talked to Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters. Now, he's advocating for a form of, some type of, preventive detention to stop terrorism. Roll tape.
Our legislators in Europe and here in the United States need to step up and modernize laws that enable us to fight terror. For example, one example, it should be a felony with a mandatory jail time to communicate with a terrorist organization in any form. There have to be penalties for trolling jihadi websites.
All right, joining us now is In Trump We Trust, the author thereof, and columnist Ann Coulter. Great to have you with us on the set, Ann.
Thank you. Good to be here.
This is a first.
I know, it's
that?
Great. A little chilly.
Yeah, okay, well, dressed warmly on the set, okay? Look, we have Ralph Peters there saying, look, proactive, go get it in some form or another. You agree with this?
Yes, I think his suggestion in particular, although that could be a part of it, it sort of reminds me of Trump's travel ban. You get all the anger without as much good being done. I mean, what Trump, for example, suggested in his immigration policy paper, the greatest document since the Magna Carta, was a temporary ban on all immigration. You have no religious problem then. Why doesn't he go back to that? It's both more aggressive. Be very careful. Let in a few a year. We're letting in 2 million people a year, legal, illegal, guest workers, probably more than 2 million. And the New York Times writes, well, it's just impossible to vet that many people coming in. Well, don't let in that many people then. It's not that hard. And as for the detention, I would say, yes, there are ways to be aggressive. I'd be, in some ways, I think, more aggressive, but I don't think it would raise as many hackles because it looks nothing like an internment. And that is, I mean, Europe has an easier time than we do. They don't have a First Amendment. In Germany, it's a crime to support the Nazi Party. Are you worried about the Nazis today? No, but we are worried about ISIS. We are worried about Islamic terrorism. It ought to be a crime, not merely to communicate, but to advocate that ideology, and they ought to be thrown out of the country.
But at issue is our approach to terror. Yeah. I maintain that the approach so far has essentially been defensive. We can take it, we can absorb it, stay together, stay solid, but don't go after them. I think that's changing.
It's totally
I perceive
PC.
a new mood of go get them.
I hope you're right. I think it's going to be all rhetoric so far. No, because the political correctness is so powerful. I mean, Theresa May, a lot of people have made fun of this.
But what about here?
Well, that's what we voted for with Trump, but we're not really getting it so far. I mean, I hope we will, but how about just going to a full immigration pause for a few years? We dust off the books, we assimilate the ones already here, we deport the ones.
No, you don't want that. That brings in an extraneous different factor, the value of immigration.
It excludes religion.
No,
and by the way, there's nothing unconstitutional about a religious ban.
Why can't we in America have our police officers go to known suspects and say, we'd like to talk to you? Now, you don't have to. You can have a lawyer, but we'd like to come. Please come with us to the police station.
They could do that, but there are a lot of them, and we're paying the policeman's salary. How about we get the suspects out of the country? There's no reason to be bringing them in. What are they doing for us? Going on welfare?
That's the travel ban. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'd make it more aggressive.
Yeah, okay.
And by the way, how is a court going to strike it down if it's not religious at all? Right now, it's being struck down on Establishment Clause grounds. If you just say, we've been taking in 10 million people.
An immigrant like myself does not want to stop an all-immigration ban. You know what I mean?
Pull the ladder up, Jack.
No, don't do that. I've got to do this for you. Look, Kathy Griffin, you know where I'm going. She addressed the media last Friday about that photo shoot. You know what I'm talking about. She said President Trump and his family wanted to destroy her. She also blamed sexism for the backlash. Let me play you this tape. Roll it.
I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. He's a bully. I've dealt with older white guys trying to keep me down my whole life, my whole career. I'm a woman in a very male-dominated field. There's a bunch of old white guys trying to silence me, and I'm just here to say that's wrong.
I wasn't expecting that at that press conference, but that's what we got. And you say?
The time from someone being an offensive aggressor to turning herself into the victim has gone. It's lightning speed now. How about you know?
It's incredible.
Stay quiet for a while.
How
One of my friends told me it's like her dog when she comes home and the dog is, ripped the apartment apart. And instantly the dog starts whimpering and rolling on its back. No, you can't play victim that quickly. You just held up a really, really disgusting photo. I mean, that was a really, I didn't even like looking at it.
No,
I wouldn't want to see anybody in that. There are real beheadings going on. Forget over in Syria. You can avoid those by not going to Syria. It was Mexico that pioneered videotaped beheadings. It's good. They roll them across disco floors. It's going on right on our southern border. This is a real thing. It happens all the time, and it was just a really disgusting photo. But to turn instantly from being an aggressive bully like that to, oh, I'm a victim, I'm a victim. No, could you give us a day?
It's pathetic. Just pathetic. And it's a pleasure having you on the set.
It's great to
having
be
you on
here.
the show. Will you come again?
I absolutely will. Thank you.
In Trump We Trust. Latest book. How's it going?
Quite well, thank you.
Quite well?
I wish Trump would reread it.
And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good stuff.